good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Legend from the Past and Future Show. And my boy Roger, what's happening, Doctor? How you doing, bro? Roger, Roger,
Yes.
what's happening, bro? You okay?
You hear me?
Yeah, you got a
Yeah,
little.
I'm good. You froze up for a second.
I froze up. You froze up.
Huh?
We got a little delayed reaction going on right now, bro. Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah. What's the weather up on your end? Because it's starting to get funky down on this.
Yeah. Nothing's going on right now, bro. So we're good so far. But you know what, brother? Man, we got a lot coming up, Raj. Man, we got a cruise coming up in August of 27. From 8 August through 15 August 27 will be the Legends Cruise. And guess what? We're gonna be celebrating people who had birthdays during the month of July and during the month of August. So you wanna be there. This is gonna be epic. And we also gonna have our guests tonight on the cruise ride. We're gonna have some nice guests on that cruise. We looking good, bro. You know, people signing up. They're signing up, and we're gonna have a nice time, man. You looking forward to the cruise ride?
I haven't really made up my mind. That's a lot of time on the water for me. I told you and Brother Ellis that. That's why I joined the Army. Army or the Marines. I wasn't gonna do that air stuff unless they let me jump out of planes, which they did in the Army. And I'm not 6 days, 7 nights. That's a lot on that water, man.
It's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be a vacation out of this world, man. And the food is just unbelievable, bro.
I might send some representatives though.
We need you on that cruise, right? We need you on the cruise.
I might send some representatives. I sent my daughter. She was in the Navy. That'd be a walk in the park for her.
Hey, look, well, you know what? I gotta apologize to the people out there once again. Our expected guest had an unexpected emergency, and that's our history making Senator Boat. You know what? We made up for it tonight because we got a guest tonight, Raj. You ready for him?
Ain't nobody ready for Boyer.
Yeah, I know, man. I know nobody ready for it. But we're gonna bring up to the stage. Man, we're gonna have us a nice time tonight. Coming to the stage is Sugar Boy Chew.
There's only one sugar in me. Good evening. What's up, fellas?
Hey,
what's going on,
brother? Well,
so y'all talked about the cruise. I'm gonna be on it.
Hey,
yeah.
He said you was gonna be on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on it.
That's what
you saw what Lodi said. Lodi said he with me about that water.
Yeah, Lodi couldn't swim anyway. He couldn't even swim over river shore. I know he gonna get me for that.
Yeah, he watching the show.
Yeah, I know he gonna get me. He gonna get me. That's my boy.
He couldn't swim on a what?
He couldn't swim down river shore.
Hey, well, look. Anyway, boy. Hey, welcome back to the Legend Show. Hey,
man.
Hey, look.
Lodi said stop playing. He said stop playing.
That's my man, man. Big dude.
Hey, what's been happening in the world of Boy and Chew, boy?
Nothing, man. No more than, basically taking care of myself, man. A lot of maintenance. I had another surgery August 20th. Okay. Back in my neck again, man. So now I'm in a retirement mode. So I got to take care of myself, man. You're getting older, it's maintenance. Other than that, man, I'm in good health, good spirit, man.
Well, you know what, man? I'm going to show the audience 2 videos of stuff that you're doing to maintain yourself, man. And they're short videos.
Okay.
Here's the first one.
Oh yeah. How about that?
So now you concentrate a lot on the abs, man. How do you do it? Man, what time do you normally get up to work out?
Probably about 5:30, like that. You try to get in the gym when Jesus in there.
Is that right?
Yeah, because if you go in there later, you got corona and everything in there. Nah, the best time to work out, man, is when you wake up, man. If you can do it.
Yeah. So now you on a regiment, man. What time do you normally eat dinner, bro?
2:30.
2:30.
Yeah. That's my last dinner. Then I may have a snack tonight after the show. The snow beat's kind of late, so I probably won't. But normally I would have something like strawberries, blueberries, some grapes, and then you treat yourself with a little whipped cream, something like that. You know, that's it. Go to bed. You got to get plenty of rest, man. Doing that type of stuff.
And you don't lift any weights, huh?
A little bit, but I try to do a lot of isometric calisthenics. See, I don't want to. I've been through the stage, Roger and Armin, where when we was younger, you try to get big, you know, swell up. Well, you know, when I figured out, most people go to the gym, they look strong, but I want to be strong in my 60s. So the only way you can be strong, you got to eat right, and you got to take care of your back and your abs. You got to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, without your back, I mean, you know the golden rules. You lose your back, you lose your woman.
Yeah, that's true too, man.
I'll tell you that. Hey, I promise you. Promise you. And you do a lot of abs, so you know you can maintain what you're trying to do, man. Ain't nothing like a tight core.
That's true too.
No fast food. I don't eat fast food.
You don't eat no fast food.
Well, maybe if I get caught out there, maybe I might do a Chick-fil-A, but I don't eat no fast food, man. I ain't eat fast food in probably like 3-4 years, man.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I don't eat no junk food. The only junk food I might eat, if I was to like come to one of y'all parties or something, I might get, you know, the little cookie or something, but that's rare. Yeah. In my house, if it'd be junk food, it'd be maybe Jell-O, fruit, or pudding, something like that. Something. Because I'm 30 right now, and I'm 34 pounds lighter since my surgery.
Okay.
So, matter of fact, since your show, I done lost another 14 pounds.
So before I pass it over to Raj, I'm gonna ask you something about the show, man. The event. How was the food?
The food is awesome, man. I mean, I ain't saying this because I'm on the show. I'm saying this because I'm a participant and I'm a supporter. Let me tell you, man, the catering and the food is always good on every event you ever had. I'm going to put that out there now. And I know basically, you know, it's what we normally eat when we go to black function, quote unquote. But your food is good, man. Good pastries, all that stuff, man.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Go ahead, Raj.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, I never was that guy that wanted to work out and get big because, you know, you don't need to be big in the military when you running and you're humping and you're jumping out of planes, repelling out of helicopters. But I always worked out for what I called longevity. You know, so I want to keep this body for a certain and you're right about the core. because your stomach is your core, because your abs is pretty much the only muscles you can work out every day because they need little or no time to recover because there's so many of them, So, but when in your workouts, right, and eating is very important. You're absolutely right on that. I'm another person with junk. If there's any junk food in my house, it's not mine. It belongs to my grandson.
It's
So like,
popcorn or something.
Yeah, I got popcorn up there, but it's like low cal diabetic popcorn.
Yeah, make your own popcorn. Yeah, no salt, no nothing.
Yeah, so but when I want a snack, I'm a blueberry fiend.
Yeah,
I take them blueberries and boy, I tear them things up. And when
work
I
for
make
you.
my oatmeal, that's the only thing I put in it for as far
The
as sweeteners.
blueberry.
That's
Yeah.
it. Put nothing else in there, And
You very
but my
seldom see, Roger. You very seldom see me anyway. I go to many gyms, but you very seldom see people in the gym that lift a lot of weights. They ain't doing no push-ups or pull-ups. And matter of fact, if I was to ever come back in life, it's real talk, man. Y'all know I played a lot of sports, different sports. If I ever came back in life, I wouldn't even play sports.
What would you do?
I'd be right away with them cheerleaders. I promise you. I'm serious, man. And I'm glad you asked me that, Arm, because you know my story. People say, when I tell people that women or men, they laugh. First thing they do is laugh. So me and my wife was at the Ravens game. A quick story. We were at the Ravens game. I've been telling my wife that for 2 years from all the pain that I go through sometimes for all the injuries. Because growing up, most guys want the basketball, want the football, they get injuries. They get surgeries. All the way to the NBA, NFL. So there was a guy at the Ravens game, and he was a cheerleader, and I could close enough where I could say something to him. He was a brother. So I called him. He came over. I said, how many surgeries you ever had in your life, man? He said, none. I said, how old is you? He said, he's 28, married with a kid. He went back doing his tumbling and flipping and holding the women up. Came back over. I said, I ain't gonna keep bothering you, man. I know doing that stuff don't pay a lot. What do you do? Serious talk, man. What do you do outside of the Raven stuff? He said he's a gynecologist, man.
Wow.
Hands-on experience.
Wow.
And I said that at your party. I'm telling you, man. I don't care if y'all think I'm a sissy or not. What can happen is if I grow up be a gynecologist, you gonna send your wives to me.
And you go check them out.
Yeah. But in that field, you got to be serious about what you do. You got to be serious about what you say and how you touch and feel. You know that. You got to be focused in that field. No, but I've been telling my wife that for 2 years, man. And I don't know why I came up with that type of scenario, but I ran into a guy who does just that. Because I can tell you, with all these screws in my neck, man, and then I gotta get another surgery June the 9th in my shoulder. I think that may be the last one, man. I can't keep going under that anesthesia, man. Nah.
Well, with the body, we don't think about. You hit the nail on the head. We don't think about the things we do when we're young. Think about all the scraps and bones we broke, the bruises, the scrapes, the strawberries, all that stuff did something to us. But at that time, being so young and so active and everything firing on all pistons, your body fought all that off. But as you get older, your body is not fighting that stuff off. All the stuff you did in the past,
it come back to haunt you.
And my doctor told me that. Armin and I got the same doctor, and he told me that. He said, it's all that jumping out them planes, coming out the helicopter, and all that other stuff's on nature. He said it's catching up with your body. He said, when you was young, because I don't get up and run 5 miles every morning anymore, but it's all catching up with you. You know,
Can't do
notice
that.
it, absolutely. You know, and with your knees and stuff like that. You know, like I twisted my ankle the other day. I didn't even know that I had did it. I was at the sauna at Fort Meade. I slipped a little bit, and I blew it off. I got up this morning, my leg was swollen up. I'm like, what happened? Then I realized I had slipped in the sauna. Back when we was young, that would have been nothing.
See, it's
You
funny
know?
you say that. It's funny you say that. You know how you get up for no reason and your knee hurt, your elbow hurt, your back hurt. You don't do nothing about it. Me, I still take baths at least twice a month. Cause water therapeutic. You can't be hard on your body all your life and never sit in the tub. If you was on the Ravens, or let me say Commanders, if you was on the Commanders or the Ravens, you'd have been in that whirlpool, that sauna, man. You'd have been in there. Or you could be on the Oreos, you'd have been in there. You know, and you got to treat your body as such. It's called maintenance now. And how many 60-something-year-olds our age standing straight up? I'm talking about when you sit, don't slouch, sit up.
Yeah, yeah.
I practice all that, man. All that.
You're right. Taking a bath is I take more baths than anything.
And when
You
I
know.
say that to people, oh man, you know, they get upset. I'm like, I'm not saying you're dirty. Most people in the world take showers. You know, they like microwaves. No, it's mostly on Sundays, the beginning of the month, the end of the month. Put that water hot as I can stand it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get me a whirlpool, put in that backyard, and I'm gonna remodel that last bathroom we got, turn that to another shower. But I need that water, man. It's therapeutic, man. Cause I play hard. You know, doing my cardio events like this morning, I mean, I average between 1,000, 1,400 calories just in cardio alone. We ain't even talking about the workout you showed. I can show you videos of me doing cardio. And I ain't running. It's walking. It's just that when I walk, the thing got to be all the way up on 30.
Mm. Wow.
And now I'm running it. I'm running up on 30, you know, much as I can.
Wow.
And another thing, before we go to another segment, another thing, see, knowing I'm getting surgery on the 9th of June, see, I go into battle with myself. You strengthen yourself so you won't dip too low when you come out of surgery. See, if you just sit around and don't do anything, it's going to take you forever to get in shape.
Well,
you can't wait till you're 60 years old. And I tell people that all the time, to call yourself getting in shape. The thing about most of us Annapolitans, by Annapolis being a small town, everybody plays sports. So now your body is used to what you're putting it through. See, so, but if I say with me, now, you know, I work out all the time. I do. You know, that's why I take a lot of baths. I really do. And if I didn't do that, and a lot of people say because you was in the military, you know, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do.
Right. Because discipline is discipline. Whether it's in the military or however.
A lot of 60-year-old folk, just like you said, I see in the gym all the time. They're not walking straight up.
No. And you got to put the right fuel in you. You know, you got a nice car. Your car run off regular, mid-grade, premium. You got to put the right fuel in your body. If you don't, and you got to minimize your drinking. I ain't saying you can't have a drink. I ain't saying, you know, I do my thing, but I minimize my drinking, my intake. Because, you know, at our age now, what you put in your mouth goes to your liver, your kidneys.
Absolutely.
And that's where you're mostly tired at. If your kidneys and your liver are exhausted and tired and filled up with the wrong stuff, you're always gonna be slouchy, tired, and all that. You know, and whether you're in the military or not, discipline is discipline. Because one thing we know about doing what I do, calisthenics or isometrics, if you can't do it, you won't do it. You got to practice that. It's almost like boxing, like swimming. Last I checked, you need to practice that sport. You know, if you ain't went swimming since Treston Park, Well, you have to swim, and you ain't went swimming since back then. You probably can't swim. Somebody throw you in deep water, and I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna throw you into something. I'm gonna tell you.
Bro, you went back to Trusting Park, bro.
Yeah, because I talk to a lot of people. Can you know, because I run across people. Like I said, most of my jokes are true. I run into a guy in the gym, he yell at me, "Hey man, you the guy that box?" I said, "Yeah, man, I box, man." But I was kind of mad. He was yelling at me. I was like, you know, I said, "Why?" He said, "Because in school I was a one-shot hitter quitter."
Mm.
I said, "Well, how old are you now?" He said, "I'm 52." I said, "Last I checked, you need to practice that sport. You ain't knocking nobody out in 30 years. Hey man, your twitches ain't the same. You ain't swim since Trusting Park. You can't swim. You got to practice that sport."
Hey, look. Before I move to the next subject, man,
You don't
we
have
got
no commercials. You
no
ain't got pay, you ain't got to pay no commercial people.
no commercial. Hey, but I do want to welcome people that we haven't seen in a minute to the show, like Carlos Simile,
Oh, my man. That's my man.
Harry Roberts. You know, a welcome to go along with our boy Lodi. But
My
listen,
man
man,
Loaded.
listen, boy, you have done some comedy, stand-up comedy routines, right? Uh,
Yeah.
who, who's some of the people that you actually performed with, and what was your most memorable stand-up routine?
Oh, I can't. Well, you know, I can't say that. But I can say this much. I haven't really did a lot of stand-up professionally.
Okay.
I remember before the pandemic, I was always down there every week doing open mic.
Mm.
And for a while, even recently, but for a while, and I'm gonna try to talk to some of them, get on the show. I know it's gonna be we talked about this. I mean, for a while, you know, I used to always communicate with Cedric Entertainer, Javney Brown, Monique. Uh, Recently, what last year I was out Tommy Davidson house. Didn't I call you from Tommy Davidson house? Did I
Yeah,
call you?
yeah, you did. Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah. I mean, and they always encouraging me. And me far as being a comedian, if anybody know Boy You Chew, this is what I've been doing all my life, man. I
Yeah,
mean, if you got like two people, that ain't true either, but I'm gonna say it for the sake. You got like two people, I probably freeze up. But if you got 200 people, it don't bother me. But um, comedy is what I do, man. It's what I do, and I'm gonna get back out there. That you say that. Matter of fact, me and my wife was talking about that since your show. It encouraged me to get back out there, man. What I'm looking for right now is a agent or a manager that can put me out there, you know, where I can do some open up for people or some kind of way get my feet in the door. If not my feet, a toe. Let me get a toe in the door,
right, right,
you
right.
know. But that's my passion, man. Outside of just being boy you chew,
So now
you
we
know.
talked about a lot, man. So when can we expect Cedric the Entertainer or Tommy Davidson or Sugar Ray Leonard on the show, bro?
Oh, well, you know, those are guys who see when I talk to them and have talked to them, it's delightful to me to just talk to them. And before I can even think about saying, "Can you be on the podcast?" A friend of mine said, "If I had a podcast, it may be easier, but I'm not saying it's impossible." But once you talk to them, and they're always telling you their roster of what they got to do and talking to them. It's just a pleasure just talking to them. And then I holler, I talk to you, you know, and then they're gone. You know, you may not talk to them for another 2, 3 months because they're so busy. I remember being out Tommy Davidson house. I was in this man's house almost 2 hours just hanging out with his kids and his wife before he was even home.
Wow.
Me and Cheryl, my wife, hanging out with my family. We was out there in what's that, San Diego, He in between Orange County and San Diego. Beautiful ranch, man.
Yeah.
And he was just coming back from a cruise of doing stand up.
Mm.
So I may not be good enough. I know I'm good enough, but I'm talking about popular enough to do headliners. The main event. But I just want to get on some kind of show. I'm trying to get hooked up with my man. I haven't met him yet, but I'm going to meet him. Mojo Brooks. He's the newest comedian out there.
Okay.
Remember that name, Mojo Brooks.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you also have Red Grant, who's in the area, right?
Yeah, well, we both ran across Red Grant. I got Red Grant number. And I talked to Red Grant, couldn't have been more than, I guess about a month ago. Busy, man. He had going to Seattle and this and that. So what I'm going to do from this situation we talking about here this week, I'm gonna contact Red.
My man.
And I'm gonna see if Red can, spare. I'm gonna say spare us an hour to be on the podcast.
Okay. Now, before I pass to Roger, do you recognize this King Commando 3? Is that a comedian?
Say that again.
King Commando 3. These YouTube names, man. I'm gonna Google it. Roger, go ahead. I'm gonna Google King Commando 3. Okay, go ahead, Raj.
No, I don't think I heard that name.
Okay.
Well, if you looked at it, you might see it. I don't think you saw it when Armin brought it up. But he said, "It's me. I'm here." Like he knows you.
Yeah.
So
I may know him by his real name.
Yeah, and that's where people throw you off at.
Yeah.
So getting back to the comedic stuff, what drove you? Well, I know you always been funny since I know you. But after that, so what you plan on starting another career because you already retired from, a very prolific, boxing career. So now you're going to start doing that, the comedic thing.
Well, I wouldn't mind because it don't hurt. You know what I mean?
Right.
There ain't no pain. There ain't no pain in making people laugh unless I can tear your stomach up or something. But and to be, it's kind of challenging, Roger, because you got to realize I'm older. So when you come out, you got to come out fun, man. Because see, you older, and being an older comedian is like being an old anything. See, most people want you when you're young, and groom you, take you in. Yeah, I'm not saying older comedians don't get on, but it's harder. So when you do get on, you got to come out slamming, man. It's almost like at Armin's show. Of course I held back a lot, because I thought I would have more time to do a little more. And it's also hard, Roger and Armin, to be like a Bill Cosby in the sort of speaking. I'm using Bill Cosby like I would use Sinbad. See, these type of comedians don't curse. Or Hamburger from out of Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Instead of him cussing, he would just say hamburger.
Right.
See, that's you got to be very exceptional comedian to even pull that off. Because most comedians gonna give you at least a curse word here or there.
Right.
So I like to have did more at Armin's show, a little more, because right out the gate, just saying the first joke I said, I knew I had everybody's attention.
Right.
But you just got to keep evolving, man. That's all, man. To me personally, I think I live a good life. I think, I'm not financially, in bad situations, so that's the sky the limit, man. Yeah, I'm still young, I think, at heart.
Well, if you take care of yourself like you do, you always be young. See, we wear a game when it comes to being around. We've pretty much surpassed, our parents, our predecessors, my our parents still stayed around, but the time was different. My parents, not to be bad mouthing, I love them to death. I miss my father every second of every day. But my dad and was a worker. He went to work, took care of his family, and then he went and did whatever. He never sit down and talked about investments or doing this or doing that. I learned that after I left home. See,
Right.
and so with that being said, right, I've took the time to sit my children down and explain to them why this is important, why you need to pay yourself first. Nobody told me about paying myself first. I
And you
didn't
know
I
what,
didn't learn that
Roger?
till I just go
And you
ahead.
know what? That is the way. You strive hard when you're young, so you can relax when you're older.
Right.
You don't mess around your young years, and then you get older, and then you make like, hey, you should be retired, but you got 2 and 3 jobs at 65.
Mm-mm,
That don't make sense. And
mm-mm.
I give you another thing you should take in mind that I know to be true, and I did research on it. I listened to some wise people that's in shape, and the number one thing that will kill you faster over 60. Of course,
What's
I
that?
thought it was. I thought it was alcohol. I thought it was smoking. Because I'm sitting here saying, I know it got to be one of them. You know what kill you faster over 60?
What? Sedentary life?
Sitting,
Who?
sitting.
Really?
Yeah,
Just sit.
I said the sedentary life.
Mm.
The
Oh, okay.
sedentary
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
I got
Just sitting.
it. Mm-hmm.
Just sitting. Because if you sit too long and you don't do nothing, you gonna get big. Your organs are shut down, like your kidneys, your liver, because they ain't got no use. You just sit. I mean, you just sit. Got your favorite chair, you just sit. And I said, man, that was interesting, man. So sitting is the number one killer for people over 60, man.
Wow.
You have to get
Yeah,
out there and do something. Like with me, I just feel so, and we talked about children earlier, you and I, but I just feel so good too because my grandkids keep me young. They do. They keep me
yeah.
wanting to be able to move. They keep me even when I get up in the morning. Sometimes I don't feel like going through the gym. I want to be around. I told my daughter because I got a 2-year-old grandbaby. I said when she get out of high school, I'll be 80 something. And I said, I'm going to be at her graduation and I'm not going to be in a wheelchair and I'm not going to be using no walker to get around. And I'm going to be dancing at her party. But in
I
order
heard
to
him.
do that, you have to do the things, that you said in the beginning, boy, about taking care of ourselves, about
You right.
eating right, about working out, about leaving fast food alone. I was like, I told somebody the other day, he said something about McDonald's. I told him I wouldn't know because I hadn't been. I can't tell you the last time I've been to McDonald's. That's
I
how long it's
guarantee
been.
you. I guarantee you, and y'all can do this test if you want. Everything I'm telling you, I done. You can go to Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever. Get their food, put it in your trunk. Just put it in your trunk. You can eat one, but put one of them in your trunk. Because if you go to these type of fast food, that means you a frequent visitor anyway. I'm saying
Right.
buy an extra one and throw it in the trunk. Matter of fact, and keep it in there till next summer. I guarantee that hamburger is still sitting there.
Yeah. I saw that experiment was done on TV.
I guarantee you, if you take a lighter to burn the cheese, now you know cheese melt, right? You can take a lighter and burn the cheese
Right.
on it, and black smoke will come from the cheese as if it was tar.
Wow.
Can't put that in your body, man. Now, that's why I'm glad I'm married to who I'm married to. I'm putting that out there. Let everybody know I am married. Hello, world. Yeah. And see, my wife, she eat clean. And it said if you get a woman and she get too big, she just gonna fight over food. And now I'm ready to go into my comedian stuff.
Oh,
Oh man. Oh man.
There's a question from somebody in the audience named Daryl Brown.
Okay.
And
That's
he wants,
great. My
he
man.
wants he wants to know, or he wants us to ask you about his insurance dollar for
See, Daryl got to stop at and loaded. Daryl got to stop at loaded. I welcome it. I welcome it. And me and you had this conversation, Didn't I tell you I want to get Daryl one time by himself and just give the man about $5,000, man. because because it wasn't look, and this is true story. I know Lodi listening, and Lodi can back me up on this. You know, we playing for T-Birds. Now we hang out Daryl house. You know, we step on the grates. You know, we Daryl like a brother, man. So, but we from the hood, man, right? And there was, and you know, every year you got to pay insurance, right, Armin? What is it, $15, $30 or something like that. And there was an envelope on the field. I ain't gonna say who took it, but it been known that I did. So I'm gonna go with that story. Yeah. And so you know, there it was. Now, to be real about it, I have never stole from a Daryl family or from Daryl. And I've been in Daryl house many times, spent the night and everything. Never would do nothing like that. But the money was sitting on the field. Of course, we thought it was one of them white boys, man. And next thing you know, it was Daryl. Of course, look, check this out. Of course, Lodi couldn't go home and tell cuz he was in on it.
I tell you what, boy. Who took the money?
Huh? We took the money.
Who took the money? Who took the money?
We took the money. So we splitted it. See? But we never knew, this real talk, we never knew that was Daryl's.
Right.
Sure, we felt bad about that. But what they had more $35 to put in there? What they took care? Come on, man. What they took care? Daryl played, didn't he? And we went down Miss Henny's. And we went and bought that's when wine was 50 cents a quart. Old Behemoth. We had a good time. You know, $35 a lot of money back then. But we and you know what I'm saying, we didn't know that was Daryl envelope, man. And Daryl know better than that anyway. From Hardy Huskies all the way up to when they happened. You don't leave your money around like that. Because you the quarterback, you weren't John Brady. What you talking about?
Hey, look, hey, Daryl said it took him 30 years to find out the truth.
Who told him? I told him.
You just told him.
You just told him.
Oh, no, I always told Daryl that. I always told Daryl. See, Daryl just was protecting his brother-in-law. That was all. That's all he was doing.
He protecting Lodi.
He was protecting Lodi, man. Lodi put pressure on the boy, man. Lodi put pressure on the whole Spar Road, man. No, but all this is jokes, man. But you know, I got a lot of love for Daryl and Lodi, man. You know that. And like I told you one time, me and you were talking, I wish I could take Daryl, man, and put him to the side, just give him $5,000. I'm gonna tell you when I was gonna do it. If I would have made Mr. What the funeral,
yeah,
I was gonna call Daryl up and get Daryl some good money. And it ain't too late, Daryl. It ain't too late. I'm a man of my word. And I got a lot of love for Daryl, man. But hey, man.
Hey, here's something for you right there, man. All right, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. Look, we'll make sure he get it. All right.
No, I'm gonna call him up. I'm supposed to be calling Daryl anyway, so we can get together, man. Matter of fact, now that we're on the broadcast together, one day I invited Lodi up to the house too. I got to get him up here, and I told you about that, man. I need to get you, you, Lodi, Daryl. We all sit up here, man, and just chill out and have a good time together, man.
Yeah.
But then at that time, I was gonna invite Lodi. My wife came down with cancer twice.
Yeah.
And I kind of shut that ham cookout down for a while.
Yeah.
But Daryl invited.
Go ahead, Rod. What you got, bro?
No, I was listening to the story. I heard everybody's name mentioned, but I didn't hear mine. So I guess I get to see the pictures on Facebook or something. Boy, invited me to his house earlier today.
Yeah.
On Saturday. But like I said, my daughter's
we're gonna postpone that, Roger. We Army wife took care of that. We're gonna postpone it for a later date.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, Blue
but
Diamond.
let's get back to the episode.
We still on the episode, man. It's freelance tonight. You didn't get the memo?
Yeah.
You didn't get the email? We talk about
everything.
What?
You know what? And look, how about this? It was when you had Howard on. Remember you had Howard?
Yeah.
Big Howard on?
Yeah.
And you were talking about somebody ran over him or something. Remember that, Lodi?
Who ran over? Was it Lodi?
No, well, let me say this. No, it wasn't Lodi, but I can say this much. I was disappointed he didn't name the people who played semi-pros with it. That's all I was.
Yeah.
Because we all went up there. It was me, Howard, Lodi, Clown Brown, Kenny Bell, Showbiz. And I just seen Showbiz come across the middle, man, take a licking, 10 strap, mouthpiece, everything go. And he get right back up, go across that middle again, man. I done seen him do it.
Yeah, he played football in college. Didn't he play for University of Maryland Eastern Shore?
He may have. I think he did. But then again, Lodi was good on every level, man. Lodi was good on every level. I must give it to him. But I can say this much. I know Lodi listening because I know his father don't like when I say this. Pound for pound, I was the baddest defensive end ever played for the Flames.
I know Lodi was not going to take that.
Well, Lodi a Hall of Famer. But listen, what I say, pound for pound. You got to give me my just due. Let me explain pound for pound. I'm not slighting Cuz. I'm not slighting Harvey. I'm not slighting Cook. I'm not slighting Mike Marlon Dorsey. I can name many of them. Lodi was top notch all his life. I say pound for pound. Because when pound for pound came involved, we had won the championship when they never won the championship. I was only 160 pounds playing defensive end. I say pound for pound. That's a difference. I say pound for pound.
What did Lodi say, Rod? What did Lodi say, Rod?
Lodi said second.
Okay, well, I respect that. I respect that coming from Lodi because that's almost like saying LeBron or Jordan. My thing is, the reason why I say pound for pound, because everybody played that position ever since we was little boys going watching Flames play. They was over 200 pounds, and that including Lodi too. I say I was 160 pounds.
Wow.
When we playing against guys, Lodi can tell you we were playing against guys, man, and I was in the huddle when it was blood, sweat, and tears up in there. Championship on the line. Flames will win their first championship. Ain't nothing come around that end. I know that much.
My man.
Right, Lodi? Huh?
I said, you had it on lockdown, huh?
Well, that because I've been in the trenches with Loaded. Loaded look at you and say, man, get back and get a flag, man, or something. I ain't seen you in 2 or 3 plays. Hit somebody. You know that. You played with him, arm. Lodi will call you out.
He call you out
He'll
quick.
call you out.
He'll call you out
He'll
quick.
call you out, man. Chew, hit somebody and stop talking too much.
Oh man.
How about this one? Since we freelancing, how about this one? I don't mind joking on myself. How about this one? I was down American Legion one night about a couple months ago, and Power Plate, he was showing off in front of Donna Gross and a few other guys sitting around talking about when he came to see me fight, I got knocked out. First time in my life ever, any sport, been knocked out. And of course, can't make no rhyme or reason why, but I got many, but I'm gonna leave that as it is. Okay, man knocked me out. So I let him have his joke and laugh and all that. I say, well, it ain't no different when I went up Jessup and I seen the man knock you out. Not Loaded know that. Loaded was up here when they stretched Power Plate out up here at Jessup. Because Dusty Dan took us up here. Remember Dusty Dan? and when I told him that, he was like, oh, you was up there? Yeah, but see, I ain't put you out there like that. You know, you got knocked out up here in Jessup. Yeah, man. It happens, man. It happens.
Oh man.
But speaking of boxers, you know, a lot of people don't know Alex was all everything at Fort Bragg. He was like a king up that bad boy. I can't attest to where he was overseas, but I tell you this story since we telling stories. So my son, he's 44, but at that time he was 17 months. So Alex got in the ring. My son did his number 2. My first son was sitting there. Back then, they used to let them drink beer in the gym during the fight. I got up, went and changed my son. I came back. They was holding Alex's hand up. I asked my first son what happened. He said, your homeboy knocked that guy out so fast. He said, I don't even know why he in the Army.
He could hit. I remember going to Fort Bragg, and I stayed with Al about 6 months. You were down Fort Bragg, Roger.
Yeah.
When me and Pedro came down there.
Yeah.
3 days a week. 3 days a week. I used to ride all the way to work with Alex to the Fort Bragg, walking the Fort Bragg sign, and run all the way back down to Murchison Road, all the way down to Fayetteville State. That's 10 miles, right or wrong.
Right.
All right. I used to run that 3 days a week, me and Pedro. I used to run that, and I remember one time they had an all-Army fight, and Alice and them came from Fort Bragg to Fort Meade. And I went to see my brother fight. And they needed a middleweight. So they asked, Alice, your brother, he's a middleweight, right? How much you weigh? I said, I weigh 160. They said, put a uniform on him. So I put the blue and white on, had Fort Bragg on, got up in the ring. And we both whipped some butt that day. And I didn't even get credit for that. The military did.
Oh,
I ain't get no credit.
Military we thank you for your service.
They had a guy named Ronnie Hughes, and James Scott brother was on Alex's team, Fort Bragg, and they had the coach Marvin Harris, right? Them guys were legendaries, man. I went up in that chop, man, with no notice, and masked up some boy was from Fort Hood, Texas, and them guys usually can fight from Fort Hood.
Fort Hood has some good boxers, but the guys with Fort Bragg was a whole different level.
Yeah, well, that was the 2 strongest military teams, Fort Bragg and Fort Hood.
Yeah.
When it came to boxing, the strongest boxing teams ever came out of Fort Hood and Fort Bragg.
And Fort Bragg they just had all around athletes, the basketball players, uh, the football players because they had full contact back then. You know, I remember when I was playing on the post team, we went down there. We played, I think, Augusta. We played Augusta. Man, it was like, you know, we got out there, man. The gym was maxed out, and a lot of guys left the military and went on to, you know, big name colleges. Some of them even went to the pros. And you're right, a lot of those guys came from Fort Bragg and Fort Hood.
Yeah. It just gotta have, you gotta have, see, you gotta be crazy to be a fighter, man. Man, I wouldn't do that again. Let somebody bang you in your head. I'm
Yeah, so
blessed to
how,
went
how
through
many
it.
fights? How many fights did you have, boy?
36 altogether.
36.
Yeah.
That's a lot
Wow.
of fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even one is a lot of fight. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You know, I sit back in my quiet time, man, and you know, I listen to like Tommy Hearns, barely know where he at, what he doing. I talked to Ray Leonard about 2 months ago, and he doing pretty good, but I can hear it in their voice. And my
Yeah.
wife sometimes be like, I just told you I wasn't going to work tomorrow. And I'm like, man, I forgot. I mean, if all you gotta do is remind me, you know, at least I'm faithful, you know what I mean? I mean, what we doing here?
Hey,
I
hey,
mean,
boy.
real talk, man, you know, some things I wouldn't do, you know, as I was coming up, man. I appreciate the Lord let me get through it. Even just playing the football, man. We played some brutal football from Sandlot,
Yeah.
just T-birds. You had to be tough, be a T-bird. If you didn't, you weren't gonna get in the game. It was for show. You know that.
Yeah.
You know how many times Daryl and Lodi still on here.
I don't
I
know.
think so. They ain't
But you
saying
know,
nothing.
you know how many times, Roger.
I'm listening.
You know how many times Ahmed looked down there and counted the people and see that he was gonna hit me and let somebody go in front of him.
Yeah, you, you know better than that.
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I
how many
know it.
times?
It
How many
loaded.
times?
It
How
loaded.
many times? How many times?
How
Hey,
many
look,
times, Ahmed? How many times you do that, Ahmed?
the maximum effective range
Uh-oh.
of
He don't
what
want
you're
to never
saying is zero. Zero.
say
Hey, hey, look,
Hey,
hey, but look, I gotta address one thing.
right.
One thing. All right, there's a Marine.
it.
Oh man, look, Silk, let me tell you something. All right. Yeah, we're gonna leave the Marine Corps out because you know what? It's all about the army, baby. It's just that simple, all right?
So
Simplify
what?
that.
So what about the Marine? What he saying?
Now, what he's talking about, the Marine Corps has several world champions. You know,
That's true. I
he's
could
fair.
tell you about that too. That's Trey. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. You got Michael Spinks. You got what's my man name? Pinkman Thomas. You got they were world champions. Yeah, he ain't lying. You got Riddick Bowe, although he was only in there for 30 days. You got he ain't lying. The boy ain't lying. I know about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and there's somebody else that was a world champion. Ken Norton.
He was a Marine. That's right. That's right.
That's right. It was
Yeah,
all world
yeah,
champion.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I think the only one I can say that came out the army that I know of was Ray Mercer. He was on Alex's team when it was overseas.
Yeah, he was.
yeah,
He was on Ali's
yeah,
team. He sure
And,
was.
and another one, Al Cole. Al Cole.
Mhm.
Al Cole was a cruiserweight champion of the world.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he ain't lying about the Marines. Yeah, true. I know.
So look, we're running out of time, boy. I'm glad you stepped up to the plate tonight, man. I appreciate that,
Yeah, I
bro.
don't mind, man. I ain't mind.
But you know what I want you to do, man. After I put this out, let Roger say one last thing, and I'll say one last thing, and then we'll let you leave something encouraging for the viewers out there. Something that you're gonna leave that's lasting with them. Your major accomplishments or whatever it is you want to say. Okay, Raj, what do you have for them?
Hey, boy, appreciate you stepping up to the plate, man. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, homeboy. I really appreciate the conversation that we had about the children earlier today. You was
Yeah.
right on
Yeah.
time with that, man. And the way you represent not just Annapolis itself, but everyone. not just us blacks, but you represented the city and the state as well.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that, man. And super proud of you, man. And I'm proud to call you my brother.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
here.
And what I got to say is this, man. You know, you have left a lasting, and not saying this in a sense that you're not here, because you are here, but you've left a lasting impression on the city of Annapolis. You know, you are legendary. You have done great things, personal, and your personal commitment had rolled over to a community thing. You know, you're just awesome person, man. And let me put this out real quick. Next week, we're gonna interview the current sitting Register of Wills, Miss Jasmine Walker. Now, we interviewed one a few weeks ago, and it's only right that we give her a chance. Come on the show and talk what she want to talk about. Give her a spill on herself and just let everybody know why she deserved to be sitting in that seat again next year.
I heard that.
Yeah. So go ahead, boy. You take us out.
Yeah, you know, I really appreciate every time y'all give me this platform, man, because I don't, you know, mind. I told you earlier, I don't mind talking about myself. I don't like bragging on myself because it's not really, the bragging is in the body of work. So, one thing I want to leave with, you know, the people, especially my peers, you know, like y'all and the people who's listening. Take care of yourself, man. Stay in prayer. Eat right. It's hard. You know, it's easy to eat wrong, but it's hard to eat right. Try to eat right, man. Stay in prayer, man. Think positive, you know, and love y'all, man. Appreciate you for your time, man, and for you tuning in.
Man, there you have
Yeah,
it. Stand fast, okay?
right
See
on.
you next week. Peace.
All right.